What's happening, y'all? I'm SUPADAMN, known for spreading love throughout the hip-hop community. It all started in August 1983 when I was born in Santa Monica. Back then, I was a shy, quiet kid that loved to be outdoors. I had a brother and two sisters. My childhood was mostly filled with barbecues and birthday parties and swimming in the pool. We lived in Rolling Heights, California, where I played organized sports and enjoyed growing up in my neighborhood. I loved music, even at an early age. I can remember loving theme songs and memorizing songs to movies, and my sister Tanya had a keyboard and I would play on it. The first rap music I remember was MC Hammer, Can't Touch This. So that would make me maybe 7 years old. I was shy and was still mostly stuck to myself. My earliest hip-hop memories are Boys to Men, Motown, Philly, Tag Team, Whoop, there it is, Jump Around, House of Pain, Salt and Pepper, Regulators, 213, Doggy Style, the album from Snoop Dogg, 1993. That was probably the first album I ever had on my own. I could just sit and listen to it. I met friends at school that were obsessed with music, and one especially had siblings that were DJs, and he inherited a room full of records and equipment, and I soon found myself listening and working on hip-hop by the age of 13. When I was 14, my father got a job in Tokyo, Japan. I remember recording Power 106 on cassette tapes and taking the recorded radio show to Tokyo with me because those tapes were my favorite. And I didn't like Japan much. I didn't know anybody, didn't speak the language, didn't have any friends, and also didn't really have any hip-hop music. I eventually was able to get some turntables, and I started collecting records and albums, and I made friends with some people at school. We started, my mother, she recalls I had this old metal desk and we put the turntables on top of it, and I put it in the side room. She just called it the music room, and she didn't even know what we did in there, but we made a whole lot of noise, and I had friends that would come over. They would come off the subway from the subway station, and she would have these huge boy shoes all over the entryway. And even then we were making some mixtapes and taking them to school, passing them out to other students on the bus. And I learned a lot about Tokyo and nightlife and club promotion even then in high school. One year, Redman, he came to Yokohama, and it was amazing. I got to meet Redman. I got a shirt. The next day, a friend said she knew a promoter in Shinjuku where he would perform that night, and she was going, and did I want to go? And I said, yeah, let's do it. So I went and I watched Dabo and Redman again for the second night in Tokyo, and it was epic. And it couldn't have been long after that we really started pushing the mixtapes hard. Then I was 18, out of high school, and I graduated, left Tokyo, and came back to Southern California. Back then, I was, partying a lot. I had the big fro, and it was me making the adjustment from not only leaving home, but also coming back to the States. And my experiences at that point were very different than many of my classmates. And, I kind of made that transfer from a shy elementary kid to this post-high school adult, and I didn't mind the attention anymore. Now at this point, I moved to Cal State Fullerton, and I remember I went to Guitar Center. I was working, and we bought, a mic and speakers and a keyboard and MIDI equipment, and we set up this closet with soundproofing. And later, I started getting more musicians to come over and started making some collaborations. And I made some great songs, mostly unreleased up to this point. Probably produced about 500 unreleased songs during this time. And all the homies started calling me Super Dave because my beats sounded a bit like video games. And now that I look back on it, that probably wasn't a good thing. But, I kept working at it. We got some performances, and I started getting more set up on a hip-hop platform here in California. Then I got my business degree and graduated and started working right out of school. I realized that it really wasn't for me, the workforce. I still felt very unfulfilled, and I started pursuing, what I really loved, my passion, this music. Next, I set up in 2013 to fly out to DC and record with some of my friends from Tokyo. And we spent 3-4 days making the Signs of Change album. And Signs of Change, I realized, that I really wanted to pursue my personal aspirations in hip-hop music, and began focusing on what I really needed to do. I graduated, started making more music with people here in California, here in Fullerton, others that wanted to chase their dreams, and I collaborated with them and helped them recognize, somewhat of their own vision. And next came the Boom video. And the Boom video was, it came about because one of my songs we were talking about with Bobby Busabi, and we discussed, and he thought, this would be a good one. We can definitely come up with different friends to play different roles, and it worked out so great. It was probably the hottest day of the year, though. I think the shoot was a 16-hour day, and it started before the sun came up and lasted to even after the sun went down. The director was great, and my buddy, he did the DPing for the project, and everything had an awesome vibe and chemistry and ran smoothly. Right after that, I landed digital distribution. I was excited to get my music out to all these different sources where, the whole music network where everyone can purchase and buy my music for the first time. So what's next for SUPADAMN? Well, I want to share my music with the world and create this brand and image for myself that the hip-hop community can recognize and relate with, and also respects, and explore opportunities overseas, because me, myself, I lived overseas, and I've seen firsthand the way hip-hop is worldwide, and it gives fans universally a chance to enjoy the content. I'm going to make it fun for everybody. My music's about having a good time, being able to either hang out or dance or just have a good time with your friends. So, thank you everybody for tuning into my Draw My Life story. This is SUPADAMN. I'll catch you on the next one. SUPADAMN out.